This could be quite an adventure with how tired she is. Time to play with hats and get on our way. They're also talking on stage about... Thank you. Joan and I are here at Fully Charged Live. It's been a fantastic day one. We're near pit crew here, and the regular racing cars have been going around the circuit most of the day, so it may be a little loud in the background, plus it's windy, we're outdoors. Trying to shield that as best I can, but I apologize if it's a little rough. So many people are getting a great EV experience today. There's some really cool modifications too. People who have retrofitted older cars. Some really great examples of some beautiful work there by people. Most of these conversions seemed like individuals or very small companies. EV West was the company name I recognized from seeing their work on YouTube. We also got to see the EV racer the students from UT Austin were working on, and improvements they had planned for the next season. In another area, near the Rivian booth, was Moment Motors, another conversion company I had heard of, and to see their work up close was really cool. They designed their own motors, controls, and I believe their own battery systems to be fairly modular so they can adapt to a variety of existing vehicle bodies. It's great that some of these cars will get a second, cleaner life. Back in the main show vehicle area, there are also stock EVs, the Fiat 500e, Kia Soul, along with hybrids, the BMW i3, Cadillac ELR, Chevy Volt, and BMW's i8. In 2016, this Tesla Model S beat the world record for fastest production electric vehicle at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb event. It was the inspiration for my Colorado road trip and Pikes Peak visit in 2018. I'll link to their video of the climb below. There were also a couple custom trailers, and even an EV version of a Honda riding lawnmower. Zero Motorcycles had their electric bikes on site, one outside and one indoors. Along with some conversion bikes and new motorcycles from Harley-Davidson. In the Electrify America booth, they had one on rollers so you could get on and try it out. They were crowded all weekend and you could hear the motors wind up from all around the expo space. Other booths were for solar installers, charging solutions, map apps, battery recycling info, and this little company called Porsche with their new EV, the Taycan Turbo S. Setting aside the turbo designation, it was a beautiful car in person and rightfully got a lot of attention. Not in my price range, but it looks great and I hope it does well. Around the corner was a real 90s throwback that everyone but Joan was excited to see, GM's EV1. This is one of about 40 that haven't been crushed, and it no longer has any of the functional systems intact, but it was still really cool to see. I keep thinking how far ahead GM would be if they had stuck with it, and done the R&D that Tesla has, there wouldn't be a Tesla, and the EV market as a whole would be a decade further developed. Across the aisle were Joan's favorite vehicles, the FUVs from Arcimoto. These fun utility vehicles are designed as more of city car transport, and they've got modifications so they can be used as delivery or quick response vehicles. They had one outside, but I don't think they were giving any test rides. Joan had a blast sitting in them nonetheless. Attached to the expo was the Giga Theater, where they were giving lots of interesting talks and panels. We could listen in as we wandered the expo, but Joan didn't quite have the patience for sitting and listening quietly. We also missed the talks in the Mega Theater, a smaller room for individual presentations. I did have the chance to thank some of my favorite YouTubers for their content. Notably, Ben Sullins held the door for us to the restroom, a good awkward time to thank someone professionally. Joe Scott kindly picked up a toy Joan had dropped as he walked by, and Tim Dodd, Nikki Gordon-Bloomfeld, Matt Ferrell, and Jehu Garcia were all gracious as I stammered my appreciation at them. I missed Sean Mitchell, Rich Benoit, and Zach and Jesse, the guys who host the Supercharger reviews, and several others I saw and would have loved to have thanked. Joan was busy making friends too, as she stole French fries from a couple wonderful ladies from Atlanta who were kind enough to share their table and fries with us at lunch. They were enjoying the test rides and drives, especially of the Model X. When we ran into them later, they suggested checking out the electric bike area. We didn't take a ride, but it looked like they were busy all weekend and people were really having fun on them. I think people are having a really fantastic time. The food's been great, the music's been great. The only downside we've found is that the restrooms don't have changing stations, so a little tough for the kids around here, and we're not the only ones. We are just about to leave Fully Charged Live. It is Sunday afternoon, and we've had a great time, but patience was running a little thin toward the end. It was time to make our way out before we became too disruptive, but I wish the footprint of it would have been a little bigger, because it was really cool, but once you saw everything in depth, other than the talking sessions, you kind of saw it all. But that was Dad's Disney World. Now we're going to drive to Joan's Disney World, the real one. So here we go. We've still got a Frunkful of diapers, although we're going through them fast. The Austin Superchargers were northwest of the Circuit of the Americas, so we stopped there Sunday morning before Fully Charged, so we wouldn't have to start our trip to Orlando going the wrong way. We left Austin a little after 3 p.m. Tune in for an overnight speed run to get to Orlando and our Disney adventure next time on A Frunkful of Diapers.